What up, guys? Haven't made a video in a little bit. I was playing hockey a couple days ago and slipped on the wet rink, deck hockey, and I fucking landed so hard on my tailbone. Shit fucking hurt, dude. I was limping for a couple days, but still a little bruised, but I think I can at least do some shoulders. I want to squat so fucking bad right now, but I just don't think it's a good idea to put that kind of pressure on it. But yeah, so I'm just getting ready for the gym. About to mix up the last of the pre-workout. I'm gonna have to get something different. I got about a scoop and a half in here, so I'm probably just gonna fucking send it. We gonna fucking send it. Oh yeah. So, got the Dust V2. Overall, that shit was pretty good. I'm probably not going to get it again because I like to try other shit, but I was pretty impressed with it. Maybe I'll give it a little break and come back to it later. And fucking, what do you know? Down to the last of my MTS Vasky. This is for fucking veins, bruh. Unflavored pump inducer. What does it got? Powdered glycerol, taurine, arginine, 1.5 grams, potassium, vitamin C. There's not too much to it, but you know, it does pretty well. Fuck it, we're just gonna throw the last of that shit in there. Your boy's getting low. I already took my glucosamine, and I already took my fish oils, so we about ready. Catch you guys there. Cheers. All right, so here we are for Shoulders Day. Gonna be doing military press, starting it off, 25s on each side. Gonna do this for 2 sets. Probably not gonna show it in the video. I'm trying to keep it short. It's already a long ass video. But key here is to come down, touch the chest, and obviously it's an overhead press. Come up and go fully over your head. A lot of people don't do that, but you want to do the full motion to get the full rotations of the shoulder and come back down to touch the chest. Starting to heat up now. Starting to crack into the MTS nutrition shit. I got everything MTS nutrition. So after a couple sets of warm up with 25, jump to 135. Sometimes it's nice to get some power out of the legs, or out of the hips rather. I don't like to use too much and think of it as cheating, but it definitely helps a little bit. But you want to get that nice slow control on the way down. If you have to pause for a break, go ahead at the top. But you always want to touch the chest. You're going to get the full stretch, and it's going to actually help with your upper chest as well. All right, so after 2 or 3 sets of the 135, I'm going to pop up 155 here. Same movement as always. Come down, touch the chest. This one's going to be a little struggle on the third. But the key here, once you get all that motion down, is if you do fail, you want to come back down, rest on the chest, walk it forward, and re-rack it. You never want to try to reach forward to re-rack a bar. That's the worst thing you could do and the easiest way to get injured. So after that, I just did that for 1 set, struggled too hard, so then I dropped it to back to the 25s on each side to rep it out. In between a couple sets, I think I did like a minute rest. So then I ended up doing 2 or 3 sets of this here just to burn myself out. And the next thing I'm gonna do is get the dumbbells That's a real killer, going from military press standing to seated dumbbells. Definitely wrecks the shoulders. So now we're on to dumbbells. This is my third set. The first two sets were shitty video quality and angles. So at this point I'm getting pretty cooked. I think I only get it for 4, if that. But you know, as you saw, I'm resting them on my knees. And you shoot one up, one by one, as you get into that heavier weight. When you start practicing, if you're only dealing with 30 or 40 pound dumbbells at this point, start practicing even with those. Shoot them up, get yourself in position. You want to keep that constant tension. There you go. So this is probably my third set. So going up, and I'm coming down, and I actually come a little lower than probably most people. I almost touch them onto my shoulders, but just enough where I still feel that tension, and then I'm pushing it back up with all my might. And so 3 sets of the dumbbells after the military press. Then I'm going to get on to a little more isolation with the cables. You know, the video kind of sucks right here, this angle. I was trying to get something good, but I guess you have to look in the mirror. But I'm kind of grabbing, I have the bar, the cable set at the very bottom, and I'm coming up and kind of back towards the rear delt area. Bringing it back to the front, pausing as soon as you get to that maximum extension point. Quick hold, constant tension, coming up. Kind of using the rear delts and the side delts at the same time on it. This is a little better angle here. So I'm leaning forward, same with what I do with the chest. Keeping the constant tension, bring it out, full extension of the elbow. Sometimes if you tap your shoulder, you can kind of keep that mind to muscle connection, so that's kind of what you see I'm doing here. I'll tap the shoulder a little bit just to make sure I'm still feeling that shoulder point. Once you start getting a good pump, it gets a little harder to keep the mind to muscle connection. So after I get into that, a few sets of those, now I'm going to do something more of the smaller muscles that are usually ignored. So you're going to put the cable all the way to the top, and with the rope, you're going to bring the rope in, and you're going to almost touch your nose with it. Now I haven't done this particular movement in a little bit, so I was a little rusty during the, but I'll show it a little better in the next video. So this should be a little better anyway. The main point of this is getting those rear delts. Very neglected muscle, and it's basically the main cause of, one of the main causes of rotacuff injuries and everything like that. So these are key movements. But needless to say, so you want to pull it in, touch your nose, and you want to almost squeeze the shoulder blades together, squeeze the traps, kind of like I was talking about how you want to set up on a flat bench as well. Gives you the most solid position there. But that's also how you're going to get that. Mainly you want to get that rear delt, which is right behind the shoulder blade, but you're going to get some trap in it as well. As long as you stay up in this area, have the elbows kind of at a 90-degree angle in a sense, pointing backwards as far as they'll go, and you'll really kill that shit. When you grip onto the rope, you're going to almost want to twist your wrist to the right, and then same with your left hand. So you're going to twist them out, which is going to only allow you to go back so far, but it's also going to help engage the rear delts even more by twisting. If you just pull them back straight, it's not going to hit it as hard. I think you have more chance to hit the trap. Speaking of traps, this is a movement I learned from Seth Feroce. He said if you have a hard time building traps, this is something that's really going to help target it. Besides farmer carries, which we know are great for doing traps, this is kind of an awkward but really effective movement. I'll try to show different angles so I can kind of explain it a little better. Basically, you're going to hang your dumbbells forward and lean forward, almost like doing a bent over row. And when you bring your elbows back, you want to really get a squeeze on the traps, which is also going to activate the rear delts. It's definitely a kind of an awkward thing to try, and the range of motion isn't going to be too big, but it's really going to hit those traps. You almost want to keep them squeezed the whole time that you're doing that. So then to finish it off, I'm going to do some incline bench. I'm going to finish it with incline bench because usually you're using a lot of front delts in this area, as well as
your upper chest already should have a little bit of a pump after doing the military presses, especially if you're touching the bar to your chest. And it's just another thing to add in, especially since I didn't feel like I got much incline in on my last chest day. So you're going to do 3 sets of these. That's pretty much going to be the end of the workout. There's a few extra exercises that I could have added in the video, but it was already long enough. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care.